so busy. I don't know. Either way, today we're going to talk transfers, football transfers to be precise. Seeing as the January transfer window has now closed, and it's been a funny old window, hasn't it? I don't know if you agree, but there have been some bonkers signings, players leaving for free, big name players leaving clubs where a year ago they'd been worth a lot of money. Now they've just been let go. I'm like, what flipping heck? The world of football has gone crazy. And in all honesty, I do not see any value right now in any football at all. Honestly, I don't. You can be Liverpool with Mo Salah, probably in the top 2 players in the world over the last 18 months, give or take. And I don't think they have any value at all in that player. Why? Why do you say that, Ollie? Well, let me tell you. Philippe Coutinho, 130 odd million quid, allowed to go to Bayern Munich about 18 months ago on loan. Now been allowed to go to Villa on loan. And if Villa want to do the deal as a permanent one, I think they could probably get him for 30 million quid. Ousmane Dembele, another 100 plus million player Barcelona signed. If you want to sign him, as long as you can take on his wages, you can get him for, I think they were saying like 20 odd million, 30 million. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, 32 years old, on X amount of money at Arsenal. You can have him for free if you're Barcelona. A free transfer. Adama Traore, not this season, maybe last season, the season before, he was absolutely fantastic for him for Wolves. And there was rumours of values being bandied about 60 million. I don't think he was ever worth that, but it was mentioned. He has gone to Barcelona on loan with a view to paying 29 million quid. Aaron Ramsey has gone to Rangers on a loan and will be probably sold at the end of the season. The football world has gone bloody mental. Tanguy Ndombele, because he's on the TV behind me right now. Spurs paid 60 odd million. Let me say it. 60 odd million. I think 63 million, something like that. For Ndombele from Lyon at the time. 18 months later, he has gone back to Lyon on loan. Brian Hill, the young Spanish lad, gone to Valencia on loan. Jesse Lingard can leave at the end of the season on a free. I mean, I know players go out on loan, I'd have no issue with that. But a lot of these players are going out on loan with a view to eventually going for next to nothing. There is honestly no value in footballers anymore. Kylian Mbappe can leave at the end of the season for free. Real Madrid wouldn't have to pay a penny for potentially the best player in the world. Fabio Carvalho, I think that's his name, Fabio Carvalho. He's at Fulham, he's a young lad. At the end of the season, bear with. So yeah, as I was saying, there's just no value at all. Mbappe can go for free. Fabio Carvalho, this lad is potentially, if he gets to the Premier League with Fulham, at the end of the season, because it looks like going to go up. If he had one good season in the Premier League and then they went down, or if they stayed up, this lad would be worth probably 30 million quid, give or take, depending on how well he did. Liverpool are going to get him on a free. They was going to do an 8 million deal yesterday. For some reason it fell through, didn't do it in time. Now they're getting him on a free at the end of the season, you'd imagine. Tottenham let Dele Alli go. Dele Alli, who was, rumoured to be worth 50, 60, 70 million at one point when he was in form under Poch. He's been allowed to go to to go out on loan. Okay, United haven't put he's not available at the end of that loan. Like, United want him back. But it's just absolute crackers. I'm going to take a little look if I can at some of the bigger deals that have been done. Let's see if we can find a list on Sky Sports. Save me searching at the internet. Remember what people used to say? I'm surfing the web. That's quite funny. I'm surfing the web. Right, okay, here we go. But yeah, Aubameyang to Barcelona on a free transfer. I've seen that. So there were rumours to be after him. And I was like, okay. Then if this had fallen through, I was like, oh, well, whatever. And then next thing you know, they've got him on a free. I'm trying to find a list. Apparently West Ham failed in a late bid to sign David Zapata from Atalanta. I honestly do not believe a word that comes out of West Ham. It's not Newcastle, sorry, West Ham. West Ham talk so much crap. Oh yeah, we've been for Calvin Phillips and Rafinha. Why? You know you're not going to get him in January. The two players that Leeds rely on the most to keep them in the Premier League, you're not going to get him in January. That's what we're on about. Right, here we go. So I'll go through club by club, we'll have a little chat. So Arsenal brought in Austin Trusty from Colorado Rapids. He don't join until July 17th. They let go Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang to Barcelona on a free. Following Balogun has gone to Middlesbrough on loan. Ainsley Maitland-Niles to Roma on loan. Sead Kolasinac on a free to Marseille. Callum Chambers has gone to Villa. I forgot about the Chambers deal to Villa. That is for an undisclosed fee. Pablo Mari to Udinese on loan. Then some young kids I've never heard of, so no need to talk about them. But to let Aubameyang go and Balogun, who, okay, Balogun's probably not at that level yet. But you had Eddie Nketiah who wanted to leave, and he's probably going to go to free at the end of the season. And yet Arsenal let Aubameyang go, and now there's their front two is Nketiah and Lacazette. That's it. Yes, I know they have Martinelli, who I think is a great player, but he's not a striker. What a mess that is for Arsenal. I mean, seriously. Villa. As if I can rest my phone here without making a racket. Aston Villa brought in Coutinho on loan, Luke Digne, 25 million quid, and Callum Chambers on a free. Robin Olsen also joined on loan from Roma, and Kerr Smith from Dundee United for 2 million quid. You'd assume that is somebody that Steven Gerrard's seen whilst managing Rangers that he liked the look of. They let go Keenan Davis to Forest. Wesley, remember when he came in a couple of years ago? He's gone to International on loan. Aaron Ramsey, the brother I think that is of Jacob Ramsey, has gone to Cheltenham. And the young lad who I've seen a little bit of, I think, in the Premier League, let me get his name right, Caleb Chukwuemeka, I think that's his name. He's gone to Livingston on loan. Anwar El Ghazi's gone to Everton on loan. Louis Barry, I mean, what a fall from grace. So, what I know of this kid, I might be wrong here, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. This lad was an up-and-coming young star at West Bromwich Albion. Listen to this. Barcelona picked him up for like a very small compensation package, something like that. He went from West Brom to Barcelona. Wasn't making it at Barcelona. Came to Villa. Hasn't made it at Villa. He's now on loan at Swindon. From Barcelona to Swindon in 2 years. Oh, how everyone has been crazy. Cameron Archer has gone to Preston on loan. Matt Target to Newcastle on loan. We'll talk about that in a bit. Brentford have brought in Jonas Lössl on loan. And Christian Eriksen. I mean, what a deal. That has to be one of the deals of the window for me. Christian Eriksen for free until the end of the season. And then wants to say they don't keep him for next season as well. Absolutely smashing deal there from Brentford. Loaned out a load of players that I've never heard of, so we can leave those. Brighton brought in Kozlowski. That is Kasper Kozlowski from a Polish team for £8 million. I'm sure he's then gone to Rangers. I'm sure I've seen that name yesterday, Kozlowski and Rangers. Or maybe Brighton signed him and loaned him out, I'm not sure. And they signed Dennis Undav from Royal Union in Belgium, top of the Belgian league, and owned by Brighton's owner, Tony Bloom. And then they've loaned somebody from Porto, Benicio Baker Boeti. I hadn't heard of him before. Aaron Connolly's gone to Middlesbrough on loan. Kozlowski has actually been loaned back to Royal Union, so no, he's not gone to Rangers. Jurgen Lacardia, he cost him a bit, didn't he, a couple of years ago. He's gone to Bochum, undisclosed fee. Dan Burn to Newcastle, £13 million. That's a good deal, I think, for Brighton. Burnley, yes, they signed Wout Weghorst for £12 million, 6 foot odd striker from Wolfsburg. They only really let Chris Wood go, who of any that would know of anyway. £25 million, and then got Weghorst for £12 million. If he proves to be half decent, it's not a bad deal from Burnley. Chelsea brought in a young lad, I guess it's a young lad from Derby, Dylan Williams, never heard of him. Lewis Baker went to Stoke on a free, but maybe not on a free, but undisclosed fee. That's about it really from of players I've heard of anyway. Palace. Palace were linked to a lot of players, weren't they? From Donny van der Beek to Eddie Nketiah. They made the Jean-Philippe Mateta deal permanent from Mainz, and they signed Luc Plange from Derby for £1 million. I mean, if he has a similar impact to Michael Elise or Eberechi Eze, that's a good deal. Out of Palace, he's actually gone back to fair play. He's gone back to Derby on loan. That's good for Derby. There's no one I've heard of at Villa who's gone out. Everton brought in Vitaly Milenko from Kiev, Nathan Patterson from Rangers, El Ghazi from Villa, Van der Beek on loan from United, Dele Alli. Actually, he's quoted here on Sky Sports. He's cost them £40 million. If that is true, if they've honestly paid £40 million, then Tottenham have got the deal of the century. Because I've watched Dele Alli quite regularly in matches for about 2-3 years now, and he is, to me anyway, just seems to have lost all interest with football. That's how it comes across. For the talent this lad had, I still remember the goal against Palace for Tottenham under Poch, where he knocked it over his head, turned the defender, and smashed it in the back of the net. I was like, what a player. Maybe the money's gone to his head, I don't know. It's not my place to say. But Mourinho couldn't get the best out of him. Nuno couldn't. Poch couldn't towards the end. Ryan Mason couldn't. Conte couldn't. So, yeah, best that he leaves. Everton also signed a called Billy Krellin from Fleetwood. They let Luca Digne go for £25 million. Leeds brought in a lad called Fernandez from Espanyol. I think Leeds a bit disappointed, their fans will anyway, that they've not done more. Cody Drama has gone to Cardiff on loan. Leicester might be a bit irritated. They brought in Armani Richards from Arsenal. Casey McAtee's gone to Forest Green on loan. Liverpool, potentially long-term, goes to Liverpool. Luis Diaz, 49 million quid to from Porto. Tottenham were in for him. Liverpool just came along and said, we'll have him, thank you. They got him. 49 million quid. Now that'll be pennies when you consider, maybe not now, but at the end of the season, the players they can move on and recover that 49 million. You know, players like Oxlade-Chamberlain might be surplus to requirements at the end of the season. Maybe Minamino, Mane, Origi. They'll easily pick up that 49 million and then some. So Diaz pays for himself really. And I say Mane because they now Shota, Firmino, Salah, Mane, Diaz. They only play three of them at any one time. I think Mane could be on his way out. Nico Williams has gone on loan to Fulham. Nat Phillips on loan to Bournemouth. Man City brought in Julian Alvarez, apparently one of the best young players in South America. 40 million quid from River Plate. Out goes Ferran Torres. 55 million they got for him. Shite. I didn't think they got that much. Taylor Harwood-Bellis has gone to Stoke on loan. Patrick Roberts, a name we've heard a lot about, has gone to Sunderland on a permanent deal by the looks of it. Alvarez has gone back to River Plate on loan. Man United, no transfers. What the hell? None at all coming in, but we strengthen everyone else. Amad Diallo has gone to Rangers on loan, scored on his debut. Tiden Mengi gone to Birmingham on loan. Axel Tuanzebe has gone to Napoli on loan. Anthony Martial to Sevilla. Donny van de Beek to Everton. But United brought nobody in. Crazy. Newcastle, Kieran Trippier from Atletico, what a great deal. Chris Wood from Burnley, 25 million. Ooh, I think they got stung there myself. Bruno Guimaraes from Lyon, 40 million quid. I hope for Newcastle's sake and their fans' sake he's not another Ndombele. When Tottenham thought they were getting a great player and really didn't. Matt Target from Villa on loan and Dan Burn from Brighton, 13 million. The Target one was a strange one, but then you consider they signed Luca Digne, and they have Ashley Young as backup, so makes sense. Freddie Woodman's gone to Bournemouth on loan from Newcastle. Matty Longstaff to Mansfield. What the hell? Jeff Hendrick to QPR on loan. So Mansfield are flying in League 2, absolutely flying. But is it just me who remembers how good Matty Longstaff was when he first broke into the team? There was Sean Longstaff and Matty Longstaff. And Matty was linked to United, I think it was. And now he's at Mansfield. Flipping heck. Norwich brought no one in. Shocking that is. I mean, they want to stay up, they didn't bring anyone in. Just looking, they let a lot of players go. Oh, I don't know any of them, apart from Todd Cantwell and Jordan Hugill. So we move on to Southampton, who also make no transfers. So none for Southampton, none for Man United, or for Norwich. They let Sam McQueen. Well, I think he's only a young lad, he's retired. I don't know if that's through to injury, that's a shame. I don't know if any of the other players I've heard of Sam McQueen, I'm sure I have. Tottenham brought in Rodrigo Bentancur from Juve and Dejan Kulusevski on loan from Juve. I'm guessing if the loan deal goes well for Kulusevski, they'll sign him on a permanent. I know he's Swedish, former Atalanta player. Apparently did really well whilst at Parma. I guess that was before the Atalanta move. Bentancur. I think it's a pretty cool name. Bentancur. Sounds cool. I think it's a good deal. Now, the way I see this is Aston Villa are fast becoming rivals to Tottenham for that like top 7 position, 7, 6, 5th round there. Under Steven Gerrard, I really think they'll be up So to pip Villa to the signing of Bentancur cannot be a bad thing if you are a Tottenham fan. Tottenham loaned out Jack Clark to Sunderland, Tanguy Ndombele to Lyon, Brian Hill to Valencia, Giovanni Lo Celso to Villarreal, Dele Alli to Everton for 40 million quid. I mean, the only problem I have with this is Tottenham's midfield was not that strong to start with, and they've just let 4 players go. 3 of them from the middle of the park: Ali, Lo Celso and Ndombele. I suppose the way to look at it is none of them really played anyway under Conte. So I guess that's why he's happy to see him go. He's brought in Bentancur, so that's 1. So I guess you're still 2 down now. A bit of a strange decision. Watford brought in a lad called Kamara from Nice, undisclosed. Samir from Udinese, undisclosed. Samuel Kalou from Bordeaux, undisclosed. And Ido Kayembe from Eupen, undisclosed. I guess they don't like to disclose what they're paying. Nobody really left that I've heard of. West Ham, guess what? Brought no one in. Shock. There's linked with Calvin Phillips. Who else are they linked with? Rafinha. Just Lingard. Apparently David Zapata at the end of last night. Lots of players they were linked with, and they brought in no one. And nobody left that I've heard of either. Wolves have been a bit busy without me realising. So they brought in Kawabi from Zurich, undisclosed fee. Don't know anything about him. Chiquinho from Estoril for 3 million quid. Wang, the lad who's been loaned from Leipzig, made his deal permanent. That'll be permanent from the 1st of July. 14 million, that's a good deal. He's been injured recently, but bits I've seen of him, the goals I've seen, some of his performances have been really good. So 14 million could be a snip for that lad. And then they brought in somebody from the Japanese league by the looks of it, from Suwon Samsung Blue Wings. And his name is Jeong Sang Bin. I know literally nothing about him at all. There's nobody really gone out that I know of. Dion Sanderson, QPR on loan. Traore, obviously Barcelona on loan. Bruno Giordano gone to Grasshoppers. Ryan Giles has gone to Blackburn on loan. And that's it. That's all the transfers, guys. Luke Maddison, no. I'm sure he's the young lad who... So, a couple of years ago, he was playing in an FA Cup tie, I think it was against Newcastle or someone, for a League One team. And he looked brilliant. He was a right back. And Wolves went and snapped him up. He's just never been given his chance. He's only a young kid still. He's gone to Scunthorpe on loan. Let me make sure I got the right lad. Let me search for his name. Luke. Apologies for the tapping sounds, can you? Yeah, this is Luke Maddison. He's only a young kid, to be fair. Where did he start out? I'm not too sure, but if you're a Scunthorpe fan, you're in for some fun. From what I've seen of him before he signed for Wolves, he's a very good young right back, plenty of pace. So yeah, have fun watching him if you go and watch Scunthorpe regularly. Other than that, take it easy. I'll see you all again very soon, guys. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe. See you all again. Laters.